Hello, and welcome to Sim.pc, where right now is 15:44, and I'm already been going with this channel now for the entire day, and I know that might sound strange. You're like, going with this channel for the entire day? What do you mean? It started today? No, that's not what I mean. I mean that I've already been working on videos the entire day. Why? Well, because I have so many different ideas that I want to fulfill, and rather I was thinking about, I'm doing one video per day, and then I'm doing one a month, the podcasting things, but I have so many other things that I actually want to focus on that I don't really have time for, because I either have schoolwork that I want to do, or need to do rather, or I have stuff regarding work and stuff, and just of all of these different things that is happening. So I thought, you know what, today I'm actually going to take some time off and actually try to focus on those things. And I've already finished half of a project, arguably half of a project. It's more like a quarter of a project, so I don't know when that will be airing. That was also kind of the special thing. I thought that I was going to be able to present at episode 250, but yeah, that probably isn't going to be the case, because if I do, it's going to be rushed and really bad. Even though if I do it, you can realize that, he might did make it bad intentionally, and that's part of the fun. Haha, yeah, but it isn't. But that could be the case. Yes, that could actually been a solution for it all. Oh, why did I spill the beans? Anyway. So I have all of these different projects that I'm thinking about, fulfilling. So I thought, why not start now? So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk a very short amount about take your project to next level. I know. We did the entire founder's problem a while back when we were talking about get in there, take the initiative. But it's so vastly important that you actually do these things. So I thought, why not just, rehash a bit of it? Not exactly the same, because we're not going to talk about it in comparison to, firms and stuff. And I know that I've been talking about take the initiative before, but it's something, as I said, I deem to be really important. So I don't care if I talk about it every quarter or whatever it's going to be, because it's something that I deem to be, as I said, just that important. You should do it. So what I'm doing right now is that I've been writing a bit of a list, of all the different projects that I want to partake in, that I want to do, because as I said, I have like 15 different things that I want to do and that I want to fulfill, and I'm always coming up with, as I said in the beginning of the video, these different excuses like, I have all of that to do, or I'm going to do this, or I have a series that I need to catch up on. Probably not the best, thing to pray in prioritizations, right? But you have all of these things that you blame, so to say, that you're like, no, I need to do that, I need to do this, that's why I can't do my project, that's why I can't do the thing. Even now, before, I'm just gonna say, before I had all of these different sketches in my idea, or rather in my head, all these different ideas, and I was thinking like, but I don't have a YouTube channel, that's why I can't do it. And now I have a YouTube channel. I'm still like, well, it's not the right theme of the YouTube channel for those kind of sketches, right? And isn't that just the worst thing ever, to say that, I don't have a YouTube channel, that's why I'm not doing my things? And now that I have a YouTube channel, I'm still like, no, it's still wrong, it's just blame. It's just shifting the blame all around. So I thought, why not try to put it all together? We see how it looks like, put it out there, see how the response is. It might be so harsh that I take down the YouTube channel and just stop completely because it's so bad and the critique is so harsh. That could be the case, right? But if you don't live, you don't learn. Isn't that the entire saying? You live and you learn, you progress, and you do things wrong so that you can learn from them and move on in the future, which is also a part of why I'm taking up these different things, because this project that I'm partaking in right now has a lot of filming in it and a lot of different angles, a lot more than I thought initially to begin with, right? Because I was thinking something manageable, which is also something that you should think about when you try to initiate a project of any magnitude. I would say it doesn't really matter what kind of project it is, as long as it's a project of some kind. You should probably think about, how can I actually execute this? Because that's something that I thought I had put a lot of thought into, which it turns out I haven't, because I was looking at the different stages, right? And I was like, I need a scene there, and I need to film this in a certain way, and I need help from someone to actually fit this all together, right? So I need to either ask a friend for help, or which is not a big deal, right? But it's still something that I actually hadn't considered. I know, stupid, right? But still something that I hadn't considered for this specific project. Or I need to be a bit creative about how I'm actually setting up the shot, right? So there are all these different things that need to be taken into consideration. And as I said, I've been placing a lot of thought into making this particular project, but still there are so many things that I didn't think of that just emerged now in this early process of me starting today. And I'm like, wow, I didn't think about that. Oh, what if this goes wrong? I don't know how to do all of these things. So, you know, there are things that are gonna come up either way. So make sure that it's something that you can actually feasibly execute, right? Because otherwise you're just gonna jump straight into a new project and you're gonna be like, where's all the challenge? And you're just like, oh, damn shit, it's everywhere. There's challenges everywhere. What am I gonna do? And you don't want to be in that situation. What you want to do, or what I personally recommend, I think I've been talking about this previously as well, is that you write a bit of a little list, yeah? Not just a note list. I'm not talking about a shopping list where you're writing down things that you want to have, things that you want to get at some point in the future. Now, what I'm talking about is a clear, constructed, old-fashioned to-do list, yeah? And probably prioritization list as well. Should be in the same. So you're saying this is the most important thing, this is what I'm going to focus on today. And maybe if you feel a bit fancy, yeah, you put a little time frame as well next to it. Either you make your own, you know, schematics or your own schedule, which I tend to do when I'm stressed, because that's how I relax, so that I know I can make everything, so that I know I can put in time to everything and actually make everything happen. Or you just estimate how long it will take, and you don't say which time of the day you will do it on or which date, but you say this will approximately take 2 hours if I actually sit down and do this. Now, this will absolutely vary depending on what project we're talking about. If it is, for instance, I'm going to refill 600 different water bottles, you can probably think, how long is it going to take for me to refill 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and then make an approximation based on that, calculating the average for actually filling up all these bottles, and just times that with the amount of bottles that you do have. However, when you have something that's less physical and more like, it's more about innovation based, yeah? That's when you start running into problems. For instance, I can sit down and I can say I'm gonna make a thumbnail, right? I make a thumbnail for a video, and that can take approximately 5 seconds for me, yeah? Because I have a document, I have a standard thumbnail, let's say, that I've been running with for a long while, that I thought was working fine, because I was like, haha, no clickbait here, this is all fun, all good, all dandy. And then my mate was like, well, you kinda need clickbait, and even if you don't do clickbait, you still need a thumbnail that actually look good, so that people will click on it anyway. So I guess it's kind of clickbait anyway, but you know, just a pleasant thumbnail. And that can take me from 5 seconds or 6 seconds anyway, because I'm like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. But let's say for like, you know, a minute, 2 minutes to find the right pictures and, you know, put them all together, open Photoshop and rework it and so on and so forth. And it can take me as long as like 6 hours or a day, 24 hours, even sometimes even a week. I remember I did a podcast a while back, and I was like, not that it was any hard to do it, and I knew exactly how to do it. It was just like I didn't know what to do for the thumbnail. And I was like, well, I don't really need to release it now, so I can, I guess, work on it for a bit. And as I said, the thumbnail itself didn't turn out to be that mind-blowingly amazing. It was just that I didn't actually know what to do for the thumbnail. But when I did, I was like, aha, obviously this is what I'm gonna do. And then I knew how long it was gonna take, so then I could actually put into a time frame. Or I could if I would, but I actually did it at the spot because I was a bit stressed at the time, so to say, because it was like, what, 2 days left of the month or something like that? Anyway, mates, what I'm trying to say is that make a to-do list and make a prioritization order, because not only do you need to have a viable solution for your project before you even start it, you also need to know this feasible project, is it going to be done? Yeah? And that is where the to-do list comes in. And you're like checking things off in a timely manner because you have the timestamp next to it, or an estimate, you know, a time frame estimate based on if it's something to do with innovation, for instance, that you don't actually know how you're gonna work with it. And you just work through the entire list. It's all fine, it's all good and all dandy. Everybody's happy, right? That could be the solution for a project. However, you're going to run into these different hiccups anyway. As I said, I was thinking of planning this project for, let's say, a month, something like that, or at least I had it in my head, right? I was going around thinking about, I want to do this, actually something that I've been thinking about for years, but still, haven't executed. And now that I've started to execute it, it's a reason why I haven't actually executed this in the past, because not only did I have to have a YouTube channel, not only did I have to have all the equipment, but I also need to have all the places where I can take all the shots. It probably is going to end up me making some innovative approach towards, haha, ain't gonna do it that way. I'm probably gonna rework everything so that I can do it from the comfort of my own home. Maybe that's gonna be the case. We'll see how it all turns out. But at the moment, it's not entirely implausible that is going to be how I'm going to move forward in the future, right? Or something that I absolutely going to have into consideration in the future, which is also good and also great that I'm starting on one of my 100 different projects, besides the daily videos, besides the SNR. And besides the podcast, I have so many different projects, or maybe not 100, but say approximately 10 to 30, right? Real projects, let's say. And then I have different ideas, but real projects that I want to do that are arguably feasible, right? That I do want to do. And starting with this, it's really going to help me understand that, wow, I probably need to plan things even further and even more in the future. Why? Well, because all of these challenges that I meet, that I'm just thinking, no, I know exactly how to do this. And then I realize, but to do that, I need to have this thing, which I don't have. Which is also a problem that you can run into, because if you plan your entire project and you're like, I know exactly how to do this. For instance, I planned a movie once. The only problem is I didn't have an entire movie team behind me, so I couldn't actually execute a plan. See what I'm saying here? Not that I was going to, or I was thinking that was feasible, just that, I was thinking, oh, how hard can it be? I have all of these great ideas that I can put into effort and I can put into motion and put into action. The only problem is I lack all of the relevant experience to actually make all of these things fit together. But I know exactly what's going to happen, what it's going to look like in the end, but I don't know how to get there, which is also a problem that many people tend to skip over. They're like, I have a vision, I have a plan, I have a goal, I have a dream. And then you're like, how are you going to accomplish the dream? And you're like, I don't know, go to sleep and dream about it in dreamland, maybe. You see the problem here, and that's kind of the problem, I would say, because there are more than one, that I am encountering today. So this was going to be a rather short video, and I think it still is. So we're gonna, cut it there. Why? Well, because I'm going to move on to actually try and film things and hopefully make it happen. So probably make it a good video thing. I'm losing myself. I've been working for 5 hours straight today, which probably is not going to be reflected in the product that's done, since I'm going to put in even more time into it. And you're all going to be like, wow, all of the anticipation, all the imagination has gone into this. And you're just like, aha, that's your solution? I see. You aren't technically inclined, are you? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Anyway, mates, have a nice one. And tomorrow it's a 250. Yes! Because today's 249. I called it yesterday. I was like, it's 250 tomorrow, if I'm not wrong. And I was wrong. Damn. Anyway, tomorrow it's a 250. So it's going to be a mini celebration. Woohoo! And it might not be that special because, yeah, as I said, the special thing was kind of planned to be done tomorrow, but it probably won't be. Anyway, mates, have a nice one. And I'll see you tomorrow with the mini celebration of 250. See you, mates. See ya.